Okay, back with the 10:30 turn 4. Just to recap where we are. The Union has moved up over the ridge, assaulting Fox Gap over here, looking to take the Wise Farm as well as the actual Fox Gap hex back here. Confederates have been holding out. They've been pushed back quite a bit. Their initial start line was by the ridge line here. Their right flank has been pushed back towards the Wise Farm and actually is now anchored on the Wise Farm. Last turn, severe loss for them as the 12th North Carolina was sent to the broken track, and the 5th North Carolina had to retreat back to there. But a little bit of good news was the fact that the 23rd North Carolina recovered and it's back up to full speed here. They did acquire lanes, batteries, as more Confederate reinforcements are coming up off map, and next turn they'll actually get some more reinforcements coming in here as well. From the Union side, they're in pretty good shape. They've been depleted a little bit. We've had 23rd Ohio depleted, but we got a special ruling where Colonel Rutherford B. Hayes was wounded, but he's staying on the field and inspiring his men, so they will always be supported in there. Part of the 30th Ohio still has a morale hit on them and is in a little bit of tough position as they've had to retreat back. But the bigger news is reinforcements are coming on the board over here. We have right over here, we have a battery of Ohio light artillery, and we also have Crook's 5 regiments in his brigade coming in to reinforce and try to push to get Fox's Gap up here. So with that, I've got the chits in the cup, so let's move on to the artillery phase and get that going. So now the Union has artillery, so they will actually go first. They'll move on board. Artillery has a movement of 6, horse artillery is 8, so they're going to move up the road here, trail. So they'll go 1 to there, 2, 3 to there, 4, 5, 6 to there. That puts them up on the road. Let me just move these chits over there. I have those here so that you can see them as I play them as things go along. They're no use, just invisible range there for you. Confederate artillery. So let's see. We've got Davis and Pelham up here, which could take a shot at him, which they probably will. I don't think there's anybody else. So actually they'll combine to shoot at them. 3 hexes. So let's see, it's going to be 2 plus 2 is 4. But they are in woods, so it's going to be -2 back down to the 2 column. So on the 2 column, and he is a cohesion of 3 because he's unsupported. 21. That's not going to do anything, so that's a miss. The last artillery is Lane, which I think they will target the artillery that's moving up, try to knock them out or do something to them. So it's just going to be a 1 firepower with no modifiers. He is unsupported, so he is a 2, so he needs a high roll. 22, that's not going to do it, so Lane doesn't get any effect. So that ends the artillery phase. Let's move on to the chip pull. First one is a rally for the Union. Okay, so we've got one of 2 things. We could get the 23rd Ohio and Hayes trying to rally, or I can get the 30th recovered. I think this is going to be my go-to one here and take that off because they're a little bit more powerful than them, and it's a little bit tricky. There'll be a 2. I need a 2. Well, actually I shouldn't say that. Hold on a minute, because they're going to get a +2 for the dice rolls. So they're 2, but +2 make it 4. So But if it fails, they're back to where they were. Really would like, because they're a 10 strength when they're full strength. Really would like to have them up to speed. But I do need to push against the Wise House as much as possible. Oh, decisions. See, this is what I love about the games. What am I going to do? Am I going to roll, or am I just going to play it safe and get them going? I think I'm still going to get them going. We'll save the rally if we get it again for 23rd Ohio later on. So, moving on. D.H. Hill. He gets the first activation here. Rolls dice, he can activate. So he can activate either Garland or the 5th Virginia. Boy. So what to do over here? If I defend, I can shoot. I really like to attack, but I really think that's a little suicidal with these numbers that we're looking at here. Because he'd have to be 4, 8, 11 against 10. He'd be 2 to their, well, that's not too bad, but that would leave them open because they couldn't really get in there. Plus or minus 2, yeah. If I go with a defend, they can at least take a shot at him, potentially reposition, and I can get him at least the morale hit taken off. It's a lot of stuff. If I go the attack, I can still shoot, and then I can charge them, but it leaves them pretty vulnerable if things go bad. So they can come up and strike over here. And over there. Yeah. But they're probably going to attack anyways, coming forward. Well, I got to play defend. I got to play a little bit conservative at this moment. I've got to hold ground for another 3 turns after this. 2, 3, yeah, 3 turns after this. So defend. These guys will shoot at him, so they'll combined make 7, and they'll be firing. Well, they're going to be halved. So it's going to be 3.5 in the end, down to 3. And then into the woods brings them down to 1. They are a 3 because they're unsupported. So we need to roll high. 43. I don't think that's high enough. No, it's not. Alright, these guys can't shoot. That's artillery. Sure, that's it. Alright, so now the attack. I think we're going to bring up them. That'll be 1 to there. This will be 3, 4, 5 to there. That's all their movement. And they're going to try to attack them. Oh, no, sorry. What am I saying? Why am I doing an attack? It was a defend order. So they can move if people want, but I don't think I'm going to have anybody move. Sorry about that. I zoned out on that one. But we will have this one recover morale. So there we have it. Okay, so that was Garland activating. Put pill back in the cup. And we get a charge. Okay, that's another play or hold. They'll hold that. That can be useful. Potentially once Scammon gets moving. Reaction. Alright, I think this is just checking. Yes, it is on one unit. Got to play immediately. Can play a defend order. So there's no morale hit, so I can't really do anything there. But we'll have these guys take another shot at them. It's a long, long shot, but that'll be a on the one column again. See what we get. 41. No, that's not going to do it. Next is D.H. Hill again. So that's going to be the 5th Virginia Cavalry. They do activate. So what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Oh, actually, they couldn't shoot together. That's right. That was a little bit of a mistake. Should have only been this guy shooting over here at 1.5, so that'd been C. Still would have had the shots, just all were misses, so we're all good. Hill's unit could fire on the defensive. Against them, that would be 2, -2. It's down to C column. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll fire on them on the C column. Pretty high. No, that's not going to do it either. So that's all for them. Yeah, this is what's tricky, because play testing, this was a little bit tricky for me as well. Just remembering that the cavalry units are independent units. They're not part of the stack that's there. Ooh, another rally for the Confederates. So this is good. They're a 1. They're going to stay at a 1. So I need to roll a 1 to get them, but that's the only thing I've got. Versus the artillery. Oh, but they would be 1, but they get the +2. Got to remember that. +2. So they'd be 3. All right, so let's go with Garland to try to recover. The 5th North Carolina to try to recover. 3 or less. Nah, don't get it. Too bad. Okay. Next, Cox. Okay. Let's see if he can activate. Oh, that hurts, because that's a 6. He's a 5. So somebody is not going to activate. We'll take the West Virginia Cavalry as the one that doesn't activate. Alright. There's a couple more chits in here. Oh, what's this? Fortunes of War. Fortunes of War. Next chit pull is going to be disregarded. Okay. Ooh, there's only 2 chits in here. Let's see. Ooh. Ah. That's going to be Cox again. So either eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I can delay them. I can leave them there and have them go into attack, or let them rest. But that will give Garland another turn, and the next turn he gets reinforcements coming in there as well. Do I press the attack, or do I bring up the reserves? I think I'm going to press the attack, and here's the reason why. I've got a charge. I can use that if all goes well. So, Crook can activate. I'm going to be delayed, and he'll stay right there. So he won't make his appearance until next turn. So, kind of know what's going to happen. Oh, there we go. Cox again. And he tries to activate Scammon, and he does. So that's going to be an easy one. For orders, he's going to attack. Alright, here we go. Let's go for the Wise Farm. try to take these guys out right here. First off, shooting. 30th Ohio is going to try to shoot at these guys up here. 5th Virginia Cavalry is going to be the main target. So it's going to start on the 7. He's halved because he's 2 away, so he's down to 3. And then that's it. So it's on the 3 column. So the hill, 5th Virginia, he's unsupported. There's going to be 1, 5. I don't think that's going to do anything. Yeah, that's a miss. So he's a miss. And I don't think anybody else can shoot. All right, movement. How are we going to do this here? Those are 7 against 7. Same cohesions. Oh, he's got to go in. He's got to do it. He's going to move up. He's going to move 3 to there. And then we're going to have (23rd Ohio). See, he's always in support now. Yeah, he's gonna move up to there. Now the 12th Ohio. Let's just take a look at this. Wrong one. Just seeing, they're going to be going down a slope, so I don't think there's any. Yeah, it's going to be higher. So there's nothing really there. He's unsupported, but he'll get. Yeah, that will not be great. Three. Actually, he could move 3 into there, 4 into there, and now help the attack. Oh, that's 12. That's too much. Too many strength points. Can't do it. It's only 10 strength points per hex. So I think we're just going to bring them up here and just have one main attack against these guys. Now these guys can defensive fire, of course, and these guys can too, but one main attack up here. 30th Ohio lead, or 30th Ohio, 12th and 23rd will all attack here. Now they get to defensive fire, and they get to supportive defensive fire. So 6, 7. They're in the open. They're going to fire against them in the open. So they're going to be 7. So on the 7 column, 6 to 7 column. With no modifiers. And then the 30th Ohio is a 3. So here we go. 43. That's something. 43. That's a 1 to 4. So that is a routine hit. See if it does any damage. It does. Oh boy, big time. So they're depleted. That's a 6 depletion. And a 5 is going to be 2 retreat. So he is depleted. He's got to go back 1, 2 to there. Now they're going to fire up here. That's a defensive supportive attack. So, it's going to be half firepower, so they're going to be 2. They will be firing into woods, so it goes down 2, so it brings it down to a C. Up a slope? No. Nope. Yep, so they're going to be on the C column. They will be firing at highest cohesion, which is a 2. All right, still going to need to roll fairly high. 24. No, that's nothing. So no hit. No hit at all. All right. So Now it's going to be these against these. So it's going to be, who's going to lead? 23rd Ohio is the better cohesion of 2, and they're supported against, well, they're unsupported 2. Yeah, I think it's got to be this guy below with the better cohesion. Well, he'll have the better cohesion anyways, but so it's going to be 10 against 7, which I don't believe. No, it doesn't get the 3 to 2 modifier, so there's no strength modifiers. Cohesion, that's a 2. They're going to be a 2 as well, so no cohesion modifiers. Stone walls, no. Higher slope, no. Cavalry, no. Flank attack, no. Okay. So it's going to be on the 5 column. 45. 45 on the 5 column. This 1 to 4 is a routine. They are at 2, so it's a routine hit on the close combat. 46. Routine. Here we go. BD and morale hit, retreat 2, panic. All right. BD is both disrupted. So, this is not good for the Union, because this was the lead unit right here, and he has to take the hit. So that's a second disruption. So he's got to roll for a break test on a 2 column. 2 or 1 or a 2, he stays in. 3, 4, 5, 6, he's out. He stays in there. Hayes keeps them in battle. Okay, but he does take a morale hit. Alright, now these guys over here, the lead unit, I just need to double check this here a second. On close combat, the lead unit is going to be the highest. Yeah, it's going to be the cavalry. So he's going to have to take the hit. And he is a 1. He's got to take a break test because he's fragile. So rolling a 1. He stays in. All right, he's going to go on the broken track 3. Okay. And then for the retreats, there was a morale hit, which doesn't apply anymore because he's out, and retreat 2, he's out, but there's a panic 2. So 2 units have to panic. Potentially these guys, yes, they're 2 or less because they're unsupportive. So what they need to do is take a morale hit and retreat 1, 2, 3. I'll take a morale hit and go 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's good. Good for the Union, because now they can advance in and take the Wise Hex, the Wise Cabin Hex. Oof. That was pretty devastating to the Confederates, because now it's a split between them. All right, one more chit in the cup, and then we'll have our it's Fog of War. We'll roll a Fog of War here. Rolls a 4, which is the same as that's the Union casualties, and that's already occurred, so that doesn't occur again. Okay, so that's all for the chit draw. We have our held chits. Play our charge. So now, this charge, this gets interesting. They can go after the guns, try to clear them. So with the charge, designate 1 friendly infantry unit and roll on a 1 through 4. Selected unit immediately conducts a normal combat, increasing its cohesion level by 1 for duration of the close combat. Okay, if he fails, that's a 5 or a 6. He doesn't, takes a morale hit. So, he's going to be unsupported because they've got a morale hit. So, yeah, we're going to try with him, the 12th Ohio. Oh, but they're going after the guns, aren't they? So that's 4. They're going to be up to 6. Good chance that they'll get something there. I hate to waste a charge though. No, we've got the Wise House. We've got the casualties, so we're not going to play the charge. I hate to do that, but it is what it is. It's better to take the first win than lose big. Okay, so that's the end of the held chit phase. Next we move to moving the broken units down one. So they're going to down broken 1, broken 2, and it's the end of the turn. So that's quite a dramatic turn. 12th Ohio, 23rd Ohio have pushed up the Woods Road, taken the Wise Cabin, gets the first victory hex. The second one is right behind it, right here. I should get some markers out. I will do that for the next turn. Still in pretty good shape. Scammon is in still pretty good shape. 23rd Ohio is pretty beat up, and same with half of the 30th. But 2 regiments, 1 regiment and a demi-regiment are still in good shape. Plus we have Crook coming up the road. So the Union is in pretty good shape. Confederates, on the other hand, have been beat up quite a bit. Garland has been beaten up. Artillery is now in a position where it is vulnerable. We'll have to see if they're going to fire or retreat. They've got 2 units that have retreated with hits. They've got 1 reduced and 1 good unit over here. The bright spot is next turn, D.H. Hill gets a couple of regiments from G.B. Anderson's division to try to defend and help out with this. But right now it's looking like the Union is having the advantage. So with that, that's the end of turn 4, 10:30 a.m. We'll get set up, do 2 and 5, and we'll see you then.